Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I am Lisa Richmond, and this is Tarot Tuesday. So every Tuesday, I meet and read Oracle and Tarot cards, and this is considered a timeless reading. So it's not specific to a date or time. It is whenever you find it and you listen to it, it's how it resonates for you at that time. Also, if you come back to it, it can have a different meaning for you at that point. It's like if you're led back to the reading, maybe weeks or months later, there'll be a message in it for you. So I use the help of tarot and oracle, but mostly I use my own intuitive guidance with spirit as I work as a medium and a channeler and an intuitive life coach. And so my first language is energy. And I receive messages from spirit. And I use tarot and oracle as, storylines, picturesque tools to help articulate messages that come through for the collective and always to individuals that are watching. I'll hear people, and thank you very much for the feedback, by the way. I'll hear people come back and talk to me about certain messages that have been very important for them to receive, and they felt like it was just for them. So I'm really grateful, and I have to attribute that to my connection with Spirit, as this is Spirit's message to you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and let's get started. I ask my guides and my higher self to step forward today and bringing through any messages deemed for the greatest good and the greatest good of all involved, from and only from the highest Christ consciousness. And may it be delivered and received with ease and grace today. My kitty has come in to say hi today. I've got a black cat, which is pretty fitting. So this week, I'm reading this right on eclipse. So with the eclipse energy, and this isn't just specific to the eclipse, but it will affect the energy of this reading for sure. But with this eclipse season, the main focus has been balance. And I got this beautiful deck. It's called the Balance Oracle, and it is just so beautiful. And so I'm going to be using that today, as well as Sacred Light Oracle by Anna Stark. I use the Sacred Symbol Oracle, and then the Good Tarot. So let's get started and see what our messages is today. So Spirit would like to start with the Sacred Light Oracle by Anna Stark. All right, Spirit, what overarching theme do we have today? What is the theme for the reading today? Allowing everybody tuning in to be connected. Any messages deemed for the greatest good for the overriding theme today? Please, Spirit, bring through these messages. Okay, Temple of Mary. You guys, we got this last time. Temple of Mary, emotional expression. Okay, we got the Mary card last time, which is so cool. Okay, so this wasn't the deck I used, but we got the Mary card last time. Emotional expression, playful innocence, and like kind of exploring. So it's a very expressive card. I don't know. I can't see if this is getting, I think it usually like gets kind of a light to it. But if you can see this, please, you can actually pause it and take a look at the picture that comes with it. It's very feminine. It's very playful, very youthful energy. So what's coming through right away with this is the sacred geometrical shape with it is really, really strong as well. And number 31. So I want to say in 31 days, 3 to 1 or 1 to 3 weeks, or 4. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 resonates for you. And actually April's the 4th month. Okay, so what's really coming through is connecting to your youthful spirit. It actually is. This Temple of Mary is talking about, okay, so this is really strong. It's talking about how when we are children and when we're in our youth, we're connected to spirit so strong. We still have, the veil is very thin. Our connection to our higher self and to spirit is still very, very strong. We haven't been necessarily programmed out of it quite yet. So, but we all do, because that's the process of being human, and that's why we're here. But anyway, when we're children, we're more connected to that sense of self on the spirit side, which is our authenticity. And it is very youthful. The word youthful is an expressive term on how to express yourself, really explore how you feel, who you really are, playfulness, right? Exploration, investigation, really, feeling like you're going forward with an open heart and not a lot of fear, not a lot of hesitation. Children go forward and they don't have, like, fear will come in because we learn our lessons. Fear is a part of ego, which is here to keep us safe. So, like, there's reason for it. But this is saying that the reading, the overriding energy of this reading is connecting to that part of yourself that is in that playfulness mode, that ability to connect, to be like, spark that sense of wonder and exploration. Okay. So sometimes when we're so busy going through our life with the day-to-day routines and the to-do list, we forget to stop and observe what is going on around us, not from such a cerebral way of observation, but more of this exploration way of being like, I'm not in a hurry today. I wonder what it would be like if I took, maybe it's a little bit of a longer way around to go home, to drive home. But like, I drive by my old house that I grew up as a kid. I want to just like drive down memory lane. Or, spring is coming, leaves are budding, and I know this road has a ton of cherry blossoms, and I just kind of feel like I need that, right? So that exploration, that kind of connecting with that youthful part of ourselves, is actually really key right now in raising our vibration, in raising the frequency of our auric field. And spring has that vibe, doesn't it? It really does, where we're kind of moving out of hibernation and receiving the sun and then the new life. So this is a really great card. Spirit's really, as you can probably feel it, really coming through with this, like, this open exploration, almost sensual aspect of self. And when I say sensual, I mean it. I mean exploring all senses, all part of self that connects with that very human. As human, it is connecting to the senses, right? So enjoy them, right? We, just because we're human doesn't mean we have to say, okay, well, all the human part, all the 3D part is so dense. Being human, we get to like indulge in our senses. So that's what this is. Okay. So that's what Spirit wants you to know right now. That's kind of the theme of the reading. So I'm just going to do one of those. And then I'm going to pick 3 good tarot. So I love the tarot deck because tarot deck is really great for timelines, specificity, kind of like a story. It tells a story all the time, and I really love that. So this is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. So Spirit, please allow me to bring through any messages for the greatest good, for anyone to receive, and what the overriding theme is. Great energy here. Great energy today. Gotta love that. Okay. So what do we have? 7 of Fire. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm like, Okay, so this is kind of like 7 of Wands. Now, typically the 7 of Wands is more of like a card about, like, don't listen to the haters. Like, if I were to describe 7 of Wands in today's day, it would be kind of like, on my YouTube channel, I don't go and read the like hateful comments kind of thing. And when you do, you don't take them to heart. It's kind of like protecting yourself a little bit around some of the incoming lower vibrations. But what Spirit wants, and I think this is why it's specific to this deck, because this is a unicorn on the edge, essentially, with a bunch of like beautiful, okay, well, me and my kids call them night fairies because I truly believe in fairies. And when I see like glow bugs, I'm like, oh, they're night fairies because they're so magical, and the connection between them and fairies is incredible. So anyway, this unicorn's with a bunch of night fairies. And the message behind this, I'll read it, but what's coming through with this is don't be afraid to be unique. In a world where there are rules and boundaries and there's like systematic ways to stay safe. I mean, some of those things are great. Like you kind of got to follow the rules with certain things. But the energy right now, especially from this eclipse, is out with the old, in with the new, bringing forward that aspect of self, that youthful, that exploration, that like, don't be afraid to be unique. Don't be afraid to step out of the box, even when it feels a little vulnerable, right? So this card is like, others might think you're a little crazy. When I wanted to start this and I started reading tarot, or like, well, not even reading tarot, but like connecting with spirit and doing my mediumship, I mean, that doesn't fly with a lot of people, right? Especially in my world and where I came from. So, I mean, yeah, there was a lot of outcasting. There was a lot of like self-doubt and that I had to get over. But Spirit's message was just this: don't dim your light. And that's what this is. The 7 of Fire. Don't dim your light, dear unicorn. Go dance with those night fairies. All right. So anybody out there, anything that comes back that is reflected back to you that isn't in alignment with this vibration comes from a sense of fear, which doesn't belong to you. Don't absorb it. If fear comes to you, return to sender. Thank you. I'm going to go play with the night fairies. Okay, we're going to do another one. And this does actually really align with, okay, sorry, Spirit's telling me, read this, because I don't even know. Oh, I just opened to the page. Okay, personal best, going the distance, perseverance, and non-conformity. See, I'm unstoppable. My passion pushes obstacles aside as I engage in sustained effort. I know how to bend but not compromise on what's important to me. If others aren't happy with the course I'm on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. Bam, like mic drop right there. Where typically in the past, maybe 7 of Wands would be like, you know, protect yourself from the haters. This is like, don't conform. You know what I mean? Especially when you know who you are. And you know, okay, this is gonna cause me, I'm gonna have to think outside the box with this one. For the solution to come to me, I'm going to have to think outside the box, but I trust. Guides, angels, help me to receive these messages on what to do next that aligns with me. Because if you're feeling, you're like defeat and you're like, all right, well, I guess I was wrong. I got to go do the thing that you don't want to do and that isn't aligned with you. Maybe it's just not that way. Stop, think about a creative solution and almost surrender to it. Resist the need to know all the things right now and go play for a sec. Explore, be that youthful explorer of new opportunities and options. Okay. This is like a super strong message. Obviously, this is for somebody. And, but I mean, for all of us, right? Like old ways of doing things, we've all realized aren't cutting it anymore. We've had to come up with new solutions, new ways of making money or travel or educating our children, right? Like there are so many different things that we're realizing now as we increase our vibration, as, you know, the collective rises in vibration, in frequency. We're saying, okay, this no longer works. This no longer works. Not quite sure what to do with it yet, but I'm going to like hang out in my vibe. I'm going to run around with the night fairies. I'm going to be playful, youthful, and like exploration, and I'm going to figure it out. I promise. Doesn't matter. I cannot wait to hear who they're talking to. Oh, Empress energy. Bam! That is so much of the same. This literally is like the same, because the Empress energy is all about like, okay, the Empress, think of the Empress, right? Like she's standing in her power. But the thing about the Empress is like the fertility, the creativity, the creative way of like creating abundance, right? She's all about creation. Number 3 sticking out to me too right now. So I have number 3, and this was 3-1. So number 3 is a big one, okay? So think about 3 through 3. If you've been seeing 3s lately, it's all about communication. 3 is a number of communication. So communicate, whether it's out loud to yourself or to others, about what you're stewing. Some people, it's like, don't bring it to the table until it's done, it's thought out. And other people you can go to and be like, okay, I'm thinking of creative ways of this or this, and like not quite sure how it's going to do, but you know those people that you want to sit down with and be like, okay, I got this going on, I got this going on. Like, what can we do? How can we bring this to fruition? Right? And it's just this really like fun exertion of this feminine, creative type energy that's really, really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pick one more. Although, yeah, no, I'm going to pick one more. Okay, how can we finish off with these tarot spirit? Okay. And the Ace of Fire. Okay. I don't know. Like, obviously, I just needed the confirmation one more time, because the Ace of Fire is all about like creative ideas, like taking your creative ideas and putting it into action, right? These inspired ideas, spark of flame, right? Like, let's light the fire and see what comes. It's really, the spark of flame is a really, really good, and this is such a great visual of it, right? And there is a cute little fairy on top there. So like that very fairy, playful energy right now is huge. Okay. And so that's what this is all about. It's about being playful, sparking new ideas, being wondrous, right? Receiving your messages in an open-hearted way that's playful. If it feels heavy and dense, I would suggest through this reading, maybe take a step back and be like, I'm going to just give it a minute and then reevaluate, and I'm going to open up to maybe creative solutions. I don't know what they are yet, but I know they're going to come to me, because I'm going to stay in my groove. I'm going to stay in my space, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. And if people are like, want to squash that, then that's not your vibe, right? Go hang out with the fairies. Okay. And then, I'm going to do one from the sacred symbols. We just need one spirit, one message to leave as. This message is so full. I want to take one message to leave with, though. Okay, 2. They gave me 2. We have spiritual cleansing. Okay, so this is cool too, because it's kind of like the spring cleaning energy, where we want to clean out our space. It's time for a bit of a spiritual cleansing too. So if you want to, I love incense, but some people are a little bit sensitive to the smoke of incense. So if you want to use like essential oils is really good, or even just lighting a candle, like getting a really good quality candle and walking around and lighting that, light a flame, right? And then just intention is one of the biggest things, is with your intention of clearing out any dense energies. I connect myself to the highest timeline available to me. I connect myself with this high vibration, and I release and let go of any dense frequencies that's hanging out in my space around my aura field. I release it with light and love to the universe to be recycled with love. Okay, go from room to room to room in your house. Do it in your car, in your garage, your backyard as the snow melts. If you don't have snow, I want to be where you are. But go from like corner to corner in your backyard, in your front yard. It's really great. Use crystals, anything that really resonates with you. I use them all, love it. But it's time for spring cleaning, spiritual cleansing. Start fresh. And here's the big message with this. Once that's done, you'll be able to really ease into that light, playful Empress type energy, because it's like that density is cleared away. And then lucky, who doesn't need a little horseshoes, right? This is a time of big abundance. Okay, there's a message here. This is all about like creative ways of like receiving abundance. So this is specifically for someone or a group. If you're feeling a little tight financially, this is not the energy to feel tight financially. So that's literally a resistance that's being held in your auric field. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying that it's still there because of the resistance. So if you're experiencing this card is for you. It's saying you will receive this kind of financial, like, but not in the way you might think. So look for unexpected or different ways of obtaining this. Don't overlook it. They're saying you're kind of overlooking something. Okay? You're too cerebral about how to make money, how to save money, as we all are, because that's how we were trained. But it's actually available to you a lot easier than you might think. And it's going to come to you like a lucky, like stroke of luck. That's how it's going to feel, like a stroke of luck. But it's actually you releasing the attachment you have to receiving it in a certain way. Okay? That's for you. Okay, last one. I'm picking the Balance Oracle because this deck is amazing. I got it in Sedona. Super great vibe. And this, for whomever connects with the peacock, it's a peacock feather too. Okay, so this is all about balance. So it gives kind of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. And this is how, in which area, Spirit, does the collective need to hear, understand, and integrate an aspect of balance? Please give me just one card. I knew it was going to be this too. I knew it. Okay. They gave me winter to spring. Winter to spring. This whole thing is about the sun coming out, about lighting up. Winter to spring. We've moved from winter to spring. Okay. This is literally, I feel like this is just like Spirit saying, yeah, you got it. But I'm going to read a little bit because I feel like there's something here that's going to resonate. It doesn't have a number on it, so it's always like I'm like ripping around trying to find it. Okay, winter to spring. As the snow melts, which it is trying to here, and the earth softens, winter fades into the ether. Soon, small sprouts pop up from the residual dampness. Now is the time to assess our plans and our goals. We have been in reflection and like quieted. The garden is thawing, just as we too are eager for a new challenge and a change to our isolation. Here are some suggestions. Plant your seeds, both physically and metaphorically. Write down your aspirations for the coming months. Meditate. Begin a home clearing. Clear out clutter. Could be a drawer, closet. Spiritually, and then go outside, observe the glory of the renewal. Okay, this is a little poem. I'm going to leave you with this. Spring. She awoke, batting her lashes, clearing her throat, sensing her purpose. Through liminal time and space, she spoke of birth activating, arousing and stirring up the cauldron of the noiseless winter, sprinkling in the chirps and the wind that carries our kindling. She renews faith in the sun to bring warmth once again. Spring awakening. Ooh, I like it. That is amazing. So that's your reading for this week. I hope it resonated, although the confidence behind this reading on how it will resonate with you is high level confidence in this one. So please leave any comments below on how this resonated. Reach out, like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. And share it with anybody that you think will be like, wow, that looks awesome. Like that sounds exactly what I need to hear. Okay? So from my love to yours, I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful beginning of spring. Mwah. Love you.